Welcome to Louisianimal Gaming. Today's breakdown is going to be over the Pittsburgh Panthers playbook, one of the most explosive and most versatile passing playbooks in the game. And I'm going to jump right into it. The reason why I like it so much is tight Y off flex, tight Y off weak. We got a bunch of trip set with Y off trips weak. We got the doubles Y off weak. And then we have some empty quad sets. So we have a bunch of stuff that's going to be able to attack every different kind of defense. Let's jump into the video. And of course, if you guys like it, and you guys like the content I'm putting out, do me a favor, like the channel. Don't miss an upload all 26 and beyond. Drop me a comment on what you guys want to see next, what broken down, and go check us out on the Patreon for exclusive content. Let's jump into this playbook. So our first formation we're talking about is the tight Y off. And real quick, before we jump into the first place, tight Y off flex, tight Y off weak. As you notice, it's going to be running back alignment and which receivers on the line of scrimmage between these two compared to tight Y off. But the good thing is a lot of the same plays and type concepts can be implemented in here with very simple hot routes. And that's what makes this so unique, especially if you're running Dynasty or play cooldown. I can go to running one of these and run some similar stuff that I want without using the plays that I need for key moments. So tight Y off, tight end corners to me my favorite play. What you need to know about these tight sets, throw in speed out routes to your outside X and B receivers. That's going to make teams really have to either commit to playing man coverage, shading outside, or playing some kind of cover 2 hard flat out there. Usually slot corners do not defend these very well or get outside to the sideline quick enough. But again, I'm going to just show you B here. We'll throw it a few times, assuming we get some good throws. Again, blue throw, you see. Again, we just watch the outside corner. He drops back. The only time I really don't like the read throwing to him is if you see the outside corner kind of pressed within 5 yards and lined up outside of my receiver. So, again, just kind of show you, even though that guy is playing a flat route, his immediate thing is backing up. He doesn't take away the sideline. And you can do that to either side. Here, it looks like they're going to run some kind of blitz here. And you see, very simple. You can abuse this pretty much the whole game until they start committing to cover 2, shading down and outside. So again, make sure you guys are adding this in here. Now for the rest of the play. A and Y are going to be man beating corner routes. Again, your tight end, if he's fast and got good route running, I really like it. Aside from that, I am looking for X and running back here underneath. As you see, both are wide open, and either one could lead for a potential lead blocker for the other. So we showed you the running back here. Now the return route here. Again, this guy is able to, we notice the outside defender immediately drops back. So we can actually throw it to him really early like that. Or we can let him kind of curl back inside. And he's going to be good for about 3 to 5 yards before there's even contact. And the reason why that gets open along with RB is because the vertical stretching routes, the vertical corner stretching routes are immediately up the field, and these kind of delay coming across the middle. So all the zones get pushed back, allowing it for some big yards. Next thing to talk about, RPO alert bubble, RPO peak slant bubble. These are almost ran the exact same way. The only difference being the B route running a speed out or the slant. I like RPO alert bubble better. Also, depending where I am on the hash, if I am running something more to the left here, I like having my speed out to the wide side of the field. But again, all about reads and the cornerback alignment. Here, I'm already looking. I like B here. And again, all about the animation. If your quarterback doesn't throw it wrong, the worst that can happen really is they can knock it out. A lot of guys are not able to break on that and make plays. And sometimes you get broken tackle animations that can go for a touchdown. Now here, I'm going to pretend like B is occupied. I'm going to read the slot corner here on the left and see if he's going to play this bubble. If he doesn't, I will throw it. If not, I'm going to just hand it off and take whatever yards I can get. And you see here, they played both the speed out route on the right and the bubble on the left. So take the run. I'm playing the numbers game here. And that's going to be your reads here. Again, that slot corner was kind of non-committal. Again, we're able to get about 5 yards. So this can be a home run play. It can be a very consistent play. Or it can just be solid to where you are making very easy reads. And that's what this offense and this scheme is all about. Now, the very next thing here, flood drive, red zone is a very complementary plays here. As you look, X and Y are running the same thing. They're running this levels concept with a drag or an in from X and a dig behind it. Again, great high-low read to occupy the user. And then you're creating flood concepts on the right. One with an out route, flat post, the other one with an S post, the running backs running the corner, and an A running a flat. So we'll go into flood drive. Again, one of my favorite plays. The only thing I like doing is I like putting A here on a corner. This is really great at beating cover 2. If they're playing clouds, I will stem A up 1 so he gets over the cloud so the corner cannot play both the running back and the tight end. So again, it's all about making them read here. I'm going to take away the middle. Cool. The drag was covered. I have backside in. So we are pretending that the user is patrolling the middle linebacker. Now we're going to look to the right. Again, they don't take away the flats to our running back. And again, here we get 25 yards, but all you're trying to do is get them to commit to underneath. That will end up opening our bigger plays down the field here. As you see, now we're able to hit this corner tight end. So again, bunch of options here. They don't take away the middle right away. You have this drag underneath. So a bunch of options, very quick and easy. This is going to be flood, and you can do the same thing out of red zone scissors. Last pass play we're going to cover is mesh spot, but real quick, 0-1 trap, one of the better runs in the game. Any kind of pulling guard allows you to make huge plays. Very rarely do these plays get blown up. They can get caught from behind, but you're rarely going to lose yardage. It's going to open up the middle, and traps are one of the biggest potential home run hitting plays. So the one thing here I like to do is I like to put B on a crosser. That's it. You're going to have this mesh concept from Y and A. Again, if they run man, they really screw up man. If they're running zone, one of the drags will end up getting open. But again, is because you're throwing stuff underneath, people end up playing a bunch of hard flat stuff, and it's going to open up the bigger throws across the middle. Kind of like that there, even though we overthrew it, kind of pass let it too much to the left. Here, let's see if we can run that again. A little bit better. We threw it right into traffic. Probably should let him clear the safety. But you really see how he's going to get open. And then one of the other things I really like is against zone, really watching the stand-up edge here or the middle linebacker. If the defense drops back, you're going to have quick throws like this out of the backfield to your running back, and you can make really big plays. So, again, this is why this formation is one of my favorite. This is actually my favorite formation in the game, to be honest with you. But this type of offense is so unique, and again, that's what makes Pittsburgh so good. Is I can run these same concepts out of the tight Y-off flex here with flood levels. You have cross, stick, drive. Go to tight off weak. You have corner strike, flanker spot, dagger. Again, a bunch of things that are similar that you can run this offense out of. Next formation we're going to take a look at here, spread Y slot. Again, I've talked about some previous videos. You guys want to make sure you guys always have a good screen pass. Motion, halfback, mid-screen. Now, the only thing about this screen pass that can cause it to not be successful is that he sometimes gets stuck on the line because he's running right through the middle here. You see there, kind of got to let that DT kind of clear. There is opportunities to hit A and X. I'm sorry, A and Y on their routes. If you're able to time a route and just see the gaps in the defense. But aside from that, let the screen. Sometimes you may even roll out here. But the ability for huge yards is there if this is able to get off here. Again, we kind of look, let them bounce around, and you see here is now we got a 30-yard touchdown. So a lot of big space. Really just how quick your guy can get through the line there because they're in their almost like their run block from the draw. So again, motion, halfback screen here, up the middle. Good play. Again, all about the blocking and the timing of it. Then here we're going to run something like, obviously you have return mesh dig, which is very nice, just giving you mesh concept with the dig behind it. I like return X post. I think return X post is a very slept on play. I'm going to put Y here on a speed out, and then I'm just going to put B here on a comeback. You can literally leave them stock, but again, he motions, he comes over, and you're just going to kind of read that A route, boom, and because they're in like kind of like a cover 2 type of look there, you just have to let him get away from that hook curl, or that vert hook in between the corner and the sideline. So again, now we're going to go to same play again. If we see man or cover three like this, I threw that way too early, but hit the comeback at the top of the route. It is just going to win. You see Penn State is a vast overall difference compared to Pittsburgh. And then here you go to the left, right, and you notice, okay, speed out will now get open, and then you have the backside in here, or it's post, sorry. But if you want to get that post more involved, you can do something like this. And again, if they're playing hard flats, he's going to have a seam to throw it. And there they're going to play kind of like another cover two concept. So again, take your reads, nice and simple. That return route is going to be there. I'm sorry, the zig route is going to be there from the motion. You have the speed out, and then you have a comeback, and then you have a check and release from your running back. These two plays here, shuffle halfback trail and shuffle wheelies angle. Really, really good plays here. I'm going to go shuffle halfback trail. And the reason why I like this play is you're going to have this drag with this motion Texas route combo here. You're going to watch, again, zone. There's going to be snap throw opportunities to RB. If not, you let him just make his cut back against man. He'll be there once a couple times. And then you're going to have A here on his drag. Remember, we always want to take our underneath rats there first. And again, nice, easy, simple yards. And once we get them to bite down, we can throw other stuff here. So maybe I put this guy on a post. I'm going to put B here on a comeback. I know they're in man here. RB open. They ran a cover 7 blitz with nobody guarding the running back, but the comeback route to B, we'll just show that. See how they're going to run it against us here. Yep, match, comeback, possession, catch, get down so you don't get the knockout animation. But this play is going to be extremely simple. And then you can kind of do whatever you want here on the left. You want to do a zig dig route combo, you can do that here. Again, and then now you have all 5 routes kind of there that are going to be at your disposal. So make sure we are moving. Last thing I want us to take a look at here is this power read toss. So the whole key is we're reading this defensive end here with the fire emoji. If he stands up and kind of shuffles his feet, we're going to hold A to keep the ball, and we'll run, get our yards. If he crashes down, we are going to let the toss happen like that. You see there is the fake. If you don't have a good, strong mobile quarterback, with some decent carrying, don't run this. It's just you're asking for a fumble to happen. And there we just read the gap completely wrong there as the middle was wide open. And you see here again, if you make the right read, there is potential for very, very good yardage here. And here's where the toss is going to happen. And then now this is just all about your blocks and how. One formation that I think is very important in this playbook I want to go over, trips halfback weak, different from a lot of the other trips halfback weeks here. You see there's a motion slot screen, motion RPO quarterback draw. But the reason why this formation is so good, you have halfback base, halfback direct, halfback mid draw, halfback off tackle. So you literally have things that delay run up the middle. You have things right up the middle right away. You have off tackle. You have a pulling guard to the base. So all these runs attack every different area of the offensive line and defensive line to get where you want to go to get yards based on the defensive front you're getting. And then we got some really good plays in here that are just solid that you guys can blend in here. And the first one we're going to jump into is going to be drive. A drive. Again, keeping this high-low look here. You can keep this 100% stock if you want to. I'm going to put this solo receiver on a comeback. If there's no help, let him at the top. Aside from that, we're going to read here R, B, A, and B. Again, take your underneath route. Make them respect that. So, again, we take that. Now we're going to look here. They're going to match some man. We're able to throw this. And you'll see there's going to be windows for B here as well, especially in man coverage. Again, back shoulder throw inside. Utilize all the routes. Let me just do this real quick so I can hit this comeback to show you we didn't forget about him. Top of the route, possession catch, easy yards. So that's going to be drive. Next play I like taking a look at, motion, shock, halfback. So you're going to see here why here's on what they call a triple option. He has a ability to go to the left, middle, or the right side of the field based off man or zone. RB is on a choice route as well based off man or zone. So what I'm looking at here is see if anybody's lined up over RB. If they are, I'm going to leave him there. He should be running a man coverage, or if it's zone, he'll just stop right in the middle. And you see he is just going to run that. And against man coverage, he's just going to cook. So you want your fastest receiver there. Depending on this look here, I know RB is probably going to be open just because there's nobody lined up over him. There's going to be a gap in the zone. So I'm going to look at him. And you see he stops in a nice little hitch based off the zone. So he gives your quarterback a free target here. Now, after diagnosing him, I'm looking at the running back to see how he's guarded. And you see immediately that linebacker's initial reaction to the snap was to backpedal. So I knew I could throw him underneath. If they play man, he'll have the opportunity to, as well, or I guess zone if they leave the middle open like that, he'll run this little post route out of the backfield, which is what we threw there. The running man, you have the running back. You also have the backside in. B and A, again, A is more if they press. See if we can get some kind of man look here. No, but here's the running back running that post route. So if the user tries to take that away, you'll end up having the backside in. Again, very good down and distance manageable play, especially on short yardage. Multiple guys with choice routes is very nice here. So make sure we are throwing this play into our playbook. Next, we're going to dive into mesh. And again, mesh is more than just the concept, but if you notice the outside receiver X, the solo guy, he lines up inside, which is going to allow him for alignment wise to come free, especially if it's versus man. He'll be a quick option. As you see here, we're going to watch him coming across. And he is just going to be a very good option for us to throw to. Then you have A coming across the other side. Again, he kind of actually stops. He kind of does like a choice route. We really can't see it on the play art, but right above the left guard, the red changes to like a lighter color. Basically, he's going to either stop or continue to run. Then you have this backside in, depending on the zone, how far it drops back. Here, as you see, we're able to throw that over the middle. Again, longer developing route, you're going to need protection to hold up, use your pocket presence. And then, again, one of the other things that you can do with this is put Y here. Maybe you want to put him on a Texas. You could put him on a streak. X on here on the speed. And then now you have this to work with out of the mesh because that receiver is lined up so inside. So very, very good play. Again, nothing crazy about it, but it's going to get you free yards. And again, keep the playbook open for the next down. The last formation I want to take a look at here is empty bunch quads. And what I like about this is bunch trail is in here. Bunch trail, again, one of the better combos. It's hard to defend here. You're going to have this drag from RB, Y on the trail route. Again, that's going to be your 1-2 read. If you see single coverage on the left, you have a comeback. And then you have this scissor with A and B corner post. So again, we're going to take our reads underneath here. Boom. They bring the blitz. It's not quick enough because those quads are going to create a misalignment within the defense that is just going to make it very difficult to guard here. Again, now we're hitting the trail route. We're getting 5-6 yards just off the trail as we get hit. Now we're going to get a man blitz here or the drop back into coverage. Again, comeback routes, possession catch. Not quite sure how he just dropped it, but that's there for us. Now we have the scissor route, and actually we actually had the post. I'm going to show the post real quick here on this replay. Is watch our outside receiver here. He gets this corner to bite because of the passing off. He's actually wide open. We had already thrown it to the corner because we knew he was going to be open. And again, one at a time here. Again, drag. You're really putting that user in a stressful position over the middle because they're going to try and bait you into taking the drag, falling off to the trail. But if they don't have the pressure to get there, it's just going to be easy yards the entire time just from this bunch trail play. Next play, drag under. Drag under. Again, you're going to have these vertical routes with A on the crosser, Y and RB typically from like a bunch of verticals where they're running these slot vertical routes. But then you're going to have B coming across the formation later like this to get some free yards. So big time play here. Again, you see, again, watch. And the reason why him and A are going to be the reads here is because the only route on the left side of the field is streak. It's going to pull the defense back, allowing these to get across the formation later. And then, of course, you also have this throw in the seam, assuming you don't overthrow it. See if we can go back to it here. Again, we're able to pass lead that one inside there. And then if you see that the slot corner here with the fire emoji and the outside corner, if their immediate thing is to drop back here, you can throw RB here on this route on his little vertical outside. So again, bunch of good options here out of this um, out of this play here. And so now we are going to, now you have spot. Spot is just us creating a flood concept on the right of the field. I like stemming A up a little bit. And then what I may do here is I'm actually going to put Y on a zig. And I'm just going to put RB on a crosser here. The zig just because I want to stress out. I don't want anybody to be in the flats like too quickly. So I really want to create separation from that corner and the zig. So that way the read is a lot more simpler and there is a lot more yards to come from the play. So here, now we're able to hit this corner route. We're going to go into our last play inside post, but just to kind of piggyback off the other play with spot, you're going to see here there is a motion spot where you can do the same thing. There's a motion verticals play as well to simulate our drag under. But inside post, again, I just wanted to show you those because they're great mix-ins in this formation. The only thing I like doing is I like putting B here on a comeback. Aside from that, read the flats. Again, the corner played it. We're still able to get 4 yards because we threw it nice and quick. Again, you want to put him on a zig. You absolutely can do that as well. We're going to read here A coming across the formation, and then RB on this angled post does a great job against zone, and especially against man because he's usually going to have inside leverage. And again, you'll kind of run this again. See, we're able to throw that kind of right underneath that safety. But then you also, oh, again, here is RB on the post. And the only one we really haven't hit here is just A on this crosser here. We'll see here. Now he gets across the formation. And again, that's why they're not going to be able to run man against this. A's going to win. RB's going to win. Your comeback's going to win. The zig will probably win too as well against man. But against zone, pretty much every route minus the streak is going to be a viable option here in this offense. That's going to conclude our Pittsburgh Panthers playbook breakdown. If you guys enjoyed the video, as always, do me a favor, like, leave a comment, sub to the channel so you guys don't miss an upload for all of 26 and beyond. I appreciate it. Go check out the Patreon. Doesn't cost anything to become a member, but you guys will see I do drop stuff, ebooks and stuff of that nature, other gameplay tips that are not here on YouTube. That will definitely help your game to the next level. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the reason why this channel is becoming the fastest growing in the NCAA 26 community. See you guys in the next video.